I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality. Or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters.
Our friends, our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
I will not turn a blind eye.
And killer cops must be prosecuted. They are murderers. We can turn the tide. It is time to take responsibility. Call out hate, step up, and take action.
I think I cringed so hard watching that video that I popped like 6 blood vessels all over my body. That's actually an understatement of how much I cringed. I contorted my body. I felt bugs crawling underneath my skin. This story is not substantive. I will give you that. But I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it today. It was like the video that was released of other celebrities singing Imagine about the coronavirus pandemic. It's just self-congratulatory. It's meaningless. It's making it about themselves. I mean, how many times did you hear those white celebs say I? And just like that Imagine video, when Kristen Wiig was in it, a little part of me died because obviously I love her, but like Julianne Moore, Stanley Tucci, Ilana Glazer from Broad City, just why? And you guys are supposed to be like the best actors around, and yet it's so obvious that you're acting when you're talking about this. Like, they can't even sell it. They can't even sell the acting that they're doing for the video, and it just becomes, it comes off as so preening. It's a joint venture with the NAACP, but okay, I still think it's a bad venture. What bugs me is that there was a story last night about the Washington, D.C. mayor, who I think endorsed Mike Bloomberg, by the way, so this gives you a little sense of her. She painted Black Lives Matter on the street so it could be seen from space, and cool, but she also just said she's not going to reconsider police funding at all. At all. Won't even consider it. So these are the kinds of symbolic gestures that get people to feel warm and cozy like they're doing something when it does nothing at all. It does nothing at all. I want substantive change to end systemic racism and police brutality. And I know they're just celebrities and I know they don't have any actual power, but just like, donate $1 million to a bail fund. They might have done that. And I understand that their heart is in the right place. But honestly, I think the average person watches that video and thinks like that is embarrassing, and now I'm say someone was on the fence to the movement and they watched that video. Do you think that's gonna bring them over? Do you think any black person watched that video and thought, wow, I really appreciate them talking about themselves in this historic moment, these rich celebrities from their homes? No. And it's like this age of social media activism where people make it about themselves, and so there is the perception that something is being done when nothing is being done, and that's what I want to avoid. I want something done. People want substantive legislative change, not this.